Yo, what's going on, y'all? My name is Alex, and the Milwaukee Bucks have just been on an absolute tear as of recently. Since January 23rd, the Bucks have gone 21-3, which included a 16-game winning streak. During this stretch, the Bucks are averaging 123 points per game and only allowing an average of 114 points per game, and they have done this with Giannis and Middleton missing a handful of games as well. Although giving up 114 points sounds like a lot, their defensive rating has still held up. The Bucks currently rank 3rd in defensive rating at 111, and their defense is a huge reason why the Bucks have been so successful despite Middleton only playing in 26 games, Giannis missing 15, and Jrue Holiday also missing 12 games. Their defense is a big part of why they started the season 9-0, and why they are on fire right now and sitting at the top of the league with the best record in the NBA. So let's talk about why their defense has been so great and why I think their defense can help them win the NBA championship. Before we start though, if you do end up enjoying this video, make sure to like and sub. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so it would mean a lot. Anyways, let's get started. The Bucks for years have been one of the best defenses in the league, but what has made them so much more dangerous in my opinion is the fact that they have changed their philosophy. No longer are the days where they would give up open threes to protect the paint. They now close out on shooters while still protecting the paint effectively, and this has allowed them to limit how many threes the opponent shoot. Although the percentages of three-pointers made have been relatively the same from last year compared to this year, the Bucks have given up 946 less three-point attempts this year compared to last, and yes, there's still about 12 games left, but even if you take into account the remaining games, they would still only give up about 400 less attempts. A big reason for this change working so well is Giannis Antetokounmpo, who we all know is one of the best help side defenders in the league, but because of how fast, agile, and lengthy he is, he's also been great at closing out on shooters, forcing them to pass out, or funneling them over to the paint to either take a mid-range shot and or try to challenge Brook Lopez, who has also been an absolute beast defensively. I don't know what the doctors did to Brook Lopez's back when they did his back surgery last season. Maybe they put a Percocet in it, because I swear he has looked the quickest he has ever looked in quite some time. Tied in second in blocks per game, Brook Lopez has absolutely changed his game throughout the years, and that can be seen with how he's been playing in drop coverages this year. Last year, Brook would be so far removed from the pick and roll in the drop, and he would give up so many open threes off of screens. However, this season, he has positioned himself a whole lot better, mostly above the free throw line, and he is so big and lengthy that even though he is still in a drop, he can at least contest the three now if he wanted to, which has also helped the Bucks in limiting their threes this season. A Giannis and Brook Lopez frontcourt, in my opinion, would be good enough to solidify good defense, maybe even a great defense, but the Bucks also have Jrue Holiday, who has been fantastic offensively filling in for Middleton as a number 2 scorer, but he continues to still be one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. He's big, he's strong, but he's still able to keep up with anyone, and this just makes things even harder for teams because if you can somehow get past Jrue, again, you have to meet Brook Lopez or Giannis around the paint, and in most cases, that's a GG. The Bucks also just got Jay Crowder during the trade deadline, who is also big in size and can keep up on the perimeter. Grayson Allen, Javon Carter, and Pat Connaughton, who all can bring intensity on the perimeter as well. In years past, with how deep Brook Lopez would play in the drop, there were times where he had to be benched because he was just getting exposed by stretch bigs like Al Horford or Joel Embiid for playing defense that way. But with how much he is fixed and improved as a defender, and with how much defensive versatility and talent the Bucks have this year, that's why they have been so great on defense again, and it's why I think this new defense can translate to the playoffs. Now when it comes to the Bucks and how they're going to match up in the playoffs, I definitely think they are one of the contenders. They may even be your favorite. To me, they're 1 or 2, and that would be between the Bucks, Celtics, and then if you want to throw the 76ers in there as well. But in my opinion, if you had doubts about if the Bucks can make it back to the finals, it should be about their offense. Even with Middleton, the Bucks offense in the postseason has always looked suspect because of how inconsistent Middleton and Jrue Holiday can be on that end. But with Middleton still trying to get into the swing of things, I think that makes matters even worse. They still have some great shooters like Brook Lopez, like Jrue Holiday, Grayson Allen, Joe Ingles, Jay Crowder, and Javon Carter to space out the floor. But the Bucks need that creation from Middleton, and I just don't think that he'll be up to the level it needs to be for the Bucks to succeed on offense, especially against teams like the 76ers and the Celtics, who are great defensively. However, I think the 76ers still have a lot to prove for me to be confident in them, because Embiid could always get hurt down the stretch in a playoff series, Harden may underperform, and or Doc Rivers may get outcoached as usual. The Celtics are the only team that I can see get past the Bucks, and with how poorly they have played since coming back from All-Star break, and Tatum possibly having his worst stretch of basketball right now, I think the gap between the Bucks and the Celtics is extremely close, and we may not know what happens until they meet each other in the conference finals, because Middleton could be back to his former self by that time, which could ultimately sway the Bucks as favorites in that series. However, even when the Bucks won the championship in 2021, the Bucks shot horribly in the finals, and they still won, and it had a lot to do with their defense. It's because of this scenario that I think that despite the clear issues that can and probably will occur on offense, the Bucks could very well make it back to the finals off of their defense alone. And if that offense does kick up with the emergence of Chris Middleton, they just might win it all. Well, those are my thoughts on the Bucks. Let me know down below what y'all think. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and sub. Check out my socials down in the description below. You can also check out these two videos somewhere on the screen where I talk about the Lakers' chances in the West and to see if they are a formidable foe in that conference. And I also asked ChatGTP some difficult questions. I asked some current and historic questions, so make sure to check that out. Anyways, I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.